Hello, it's Jacqueline with Discover Love Matches. And we've been adding so many new members, so much more activity during our events, so many members asking, a lot more people on dates, a lot more people saying yes to dates. I'm feeling the goodness coming back to the dating world, and it's making my heart so happy. It was a rough road during the intensity of COVID and distraction. So I want to applaud all of you that are showing up, all of you that are saying, hey, it's time to clear out some dating cobwebs and get some energy going again, get some fresh conversations, be vulnerable again, which is really, really difficult, but also very exciting and stimulating. And so today's video topic is actually going to be about expanding your list from that must-have and deal breaker. I brought this up in various times over the years, and I think it's a good time to kind of refresh, because what's happening for a lot of people is they're getting back to dating, but they've been on their own and in their own little world for quite a while. So they got pretty tight on their list. So as new members are joining that are at the higher level, they are in our Delight membership and they get access to profiles of people that align with them. Now, when a profile aligns with them, the individual who has that opportunity of access, they get to read the profile and see if there's an interest. Now, it's easy to kind of go through the list quickly and catch a couple little bullet points and think, yeah, no, not for me. But then I think about how many people they're skipping. And I want you to think about this in your everyday life. If you are out and you spark up a conversation with somebody sitting nearby, or you're out taking a walk and somebody just wants to start a nice conversation with you, maybe you're out with friends and you end up kind of bumping into two tables together and energetically bringing a group together, and you find somebody you're more drawn to, are you letting yourself enjoy the opportunity of getting to know somebody new, or are you too caught up in the list? As our members are joining, I get to know everybody. Somebody in our staff gets to know every single person. And we get to know you beyond your profile. I mean, really, your profile is just an organizer for me to keep track of the abundance of incredible singles that we have, and an opportunity for you to be able to log in and update your profile anytime so that the information is current. Now, for those of you that have been with me for a while, you know my story of having an office filled with white notebooks lined up on the bookshelf with everybody's initial information, which we know our lives are fluid. It's always changing. So we would constantly need to get in touch with clients to see if anything was new and different, where they lived, what their job was, how old their kids were now, all those kinds of things, not to mention always needing current and updated pictures. So thank goodness to the beautifulness of our incredible website, where we can organize in our member portal all the great things about each person individually. But we also want you to take the time to get to know people beyond what they share publicly in our private forum, because people are just so incredible. Like, I just get goosebumps when I get a chance to chat with somebody and hear a little bit more about them. And this isn't the information that they're going to just openly reveal on a site. Even though ours is private and you have to be at a certain level to access profiles, it's still putting yourself out there before the other person has actually gotten to know you on a more one-on-one basis. This is why I love when we have events that I can introduce a variety of people. But I want you to take a moment and think, hey, could I date just a little taller, a little shorter than I have on my list? Could I date a little older, a little younger than I have on my list? Could I date somebody who's maybe just a little further away than I would like, the usual radius of my dating distance? Could I date somebody with maybe not the education, but other levels of success than maybe I was planning on? I have been matching people since 2010. And I have a lot of couples that if it was up to them, they would have never become a couple. But because of my knowledge of the individual and them hiring me at a higher level of support, I'm able to say, hey, but hold on, these qualities are available in this person that you are about ready to delete. And then they listen, and then they go out. And then many of them became a married couple. So I want you to take a few moments and think about, hey, maybe we don't have the same activities, but do we have a similar energy level? Because you know what? You already know you already know your life. So to go out with somebody that has very different yet unique and exciting interests could be stimulating to you. It could be invigorating to you. It could be exciting to you. You could learn so much. A lot of times when I talk to somebody when they're initial stages of being vulnerable to dating, they're very specific, like, I do this activity, I want a partner to do this activity with. But yet, I know a lot of times there are couples that maybe they didn't have the same interest when they started dating, but when they got together over time, they actually found out they have something in common, or they learned a new skill, or they now both like to dance and one didn't like to. But over time, these interests grow. So I want you to give yourself permission to be okay if you don't really line up with somebody, but you know that they're still a good person. And everybody deserves a little bit of attention, a little extra smile, a little bit of a yes, let's get together. If you're not too sure, then make it a shorter date. Take a walk, go get a cup of tea, get one drink. If you feel like there's a little more potential, then yeah, make it into something a little more special. But you will never know who somebody is if you let the profile make all the decisions. Let yourself feel vulnerable, feel nervous, feel scared of rejection, feel scared of wasting your time. Instead, focus more on what could be possible. What if I just go out with somebody who's totally opposite? I did this to a client one time. I challenged her to go out on everything that feared her. She found those qualities. It was somebody who had been married before. She did not want to date a divorced person. It was somebody who had a child. She did not want to date somebody that had a child, and she also wanted to date somebody that was a very close proximity because she had to drive a distance between home and work, so she didn't want to drive an additional distance for dating. And it turned out the guy, of course, was an additional distance from her home and her work. But she did it because I challenged her to go outside of her box. Well, the first date, she told me, I'm going to marry that man. And she did, because she realized that she had created her own little limiting box, which really, if she had not worked with me, would have completely denied her having that incredible opportunity of a relationship with somebody amazing, because she got out of her own way. So I want you to let me know in the comments below, what are you doing to expand your requirements, expand your expectations, expand your this is how it has to be thought process, and just do it. Go out with like 3, 4, 5 people that are so not your type, so not your match, just to learn something new. And let me know how it goes. I am Jacqueline, founder and creator of Discover Love Matches, and we're just going to keep the conversation going.